All right, and here we go. Welcome to Legends of Pregame. Hi, I'm Ryan.
I'm Charlie Bowie.
I'm vaping.
Good for you, Sean. Good for you. Welcome. We got this is a podcast where we discuss different legends of various things, and that's how we get topics. We can just talk, but
Yes.
if we call it that we're doing that thing, it works a lot better and a lot more fun. So.
Man, I love the way you start the podcast like you were caught off guard.
Oh,
I accidentally hit start broadcast. It's really what happened.
so you were actually caught off guard.
I was actually caught off guard, yeah.
Like, I'm Ryan.
And that's how it's done, boys. That's how it's done.
The guy who's in charge of starting the podcast was caught off guard by the start of the podcast.
Yeah.
The starter's gone. Just whoa, shit, go!
I didn't mean to fire that.
That's,
false start on me. My bad.
Full on my bad, yeah.
Also, Timmy's dead.
So how we doing, fellas?
Doing all right. You.
I'm doing good. So what is we're doing legends of weird
festivals.
festivals,
Yes.
festivals that exist, festivals
Yes.
of all kinds. Now, Charlie, you have the master list today.
I have several. First one, Lama Tomatina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I know this festival. This one falls on my birthday usually.
Lamata Tonatino?
La Tomatia. It's the tomato one, right?
Yeah, it's a citywide tomato battle in Spain.
Valencia, Spain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they just bring in truckloads of tomatoes and just whip them at each other. Now, I don't know how it started. I know it started in 1945. I didn't read any further in the Wikipedia. But
It's gonna be one of those episodes.
I think, let's see, we got some history here. But they didn't have it last year because, and, it says it's purely for entertainment. So you just
Yeah.
blast each other with tomatoes.
That's great.
And I'm sure that it is, like, now inundated with American dick bags. Because just
Yes.
like the running of the bulls is, like, all just dummy American. There's not a single
Sure.
Spanish person there. They got their red little, their tape on. They're like, I'm not getting in the street with that thing.
Yeah, right.
It's terrifying.
They're just over there, Americans just bombarding the place with their Bloody Marys.
Oh, yeah. We have been pre-gaming for running away from a bull that we'll see for like 15, 20 seconds and be like, oh my god, this is terrible.
I ran from the bulls. Yeah, I imagine it is infested with just dude bros at this point.
You could never have that festival in Ireland because, people would be trying to put stones in the tomatoes.
Hey, Joe, you would have come over here.
Yeah,
They get hardcore.
It's like rocking a snowball.
yeah.
You're Florida. Did you ever have snow in Ireland? I don't know if you did.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we used to the old stone and the snowball.
Yeah.
We used to call that the old.
Get one square in the forehead.
The
Game
old-
off. Game off. No
Oh, this
more.
is a thing that people do.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we used to call it the pikey snowball.
And it was never the normal kids. It was always that one weirdo friend that was like, "Why would you do that?" And they're like, "I don't know." Like, but you just like his.
I wanted it to travel faster.
I wanted to see what it was like, and you're like, you knew what throwing a rock at a child was going to be
I thought
like.
the snow would pat it better.
You know, that's actually eerily similar to a guy I was in school who used to light the paper airplanes on fire before throwing them at the teacher.
What the hell? It's called the Hindenburg. I learned history and arson.
Covered in thermite, and I shot hydrogen all over. It was great. It was so bright.
That's absolutely ridiculous that exists.
Did you guys know jet fuel burns teachers' shirts?
But it doesn't burn steel girders.
No, it'll burn a teacher's girders though, real bad. Real bad.
Rocking the girders.
I first heard about this festival on I think it was an episode of Road Rules.
Really?
Yeah, and ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to go and do this because you're right.
Road Rules or the festival?
I actually tried out for Road Rules once.
Yeah.
It was the worst, most boring process I've ever seen in my life.
Where they like, do you have awful scars in your?
Can you guys hear an echo, by the way? Are we good?
I have no idea.
I do not hear an echo.
All right. Okay. Great. Losing my mind. Good.
But if there is one, we should know before we go through a half hour of like.
I don't hear anything. I think Sean is having a stroke.
All right. Okay. Good to know.
But they just go through the trial process for your road rules real world thing where they're like, do you have any like personal injuries or like past traumas that we can bring up? I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the show.
It was worse. I went. I remember doing this. I drove all the way to Gainesville because it was at UF, and I mean this place was just thousands of people waiting to get like their like 30-second audition, and I said I would never do that again. And then you have to.
And you did.
I didn't understand like what you were supposed to do.
I was like, I will never do this again. And then the following year,
I did American Idol. Yeah, I've done American Idol too, but I did that to go.
Twice.
Like I wanted to just see what it was, and a friend of mine who could really sing was doing it, so we all kind of went to support her. And it's Amway Center. Oh, I do hear that echo now.
Yeah.
It's Amway Center. It's completely filled, and it's
That's not good.
it's not being picked up on the mic.
Okay.
So if you can power through it,
Okay. We're good.
I'll tolerate it.
okay.
Now that I know I'm not crazy.
What, you know what? I apologize, Sean. I apologize. I did call you crazy, and that's my bad. I gaslit you, and my bad.
Like the paper airplanes.
But the
Oh, sorry. And I'll let you continue with that story in a second. That also reminded me one time a guy lit his own tie on fire and threw it at a teacher.
The whole thing.
Yeah, while the teacher was turned around, he balled up his tie and lit it and threw it at him, which is a pretty dumb move because
Who did it? The guy with no
tie.
That's it. There it is.
I think we have our prime
Yeah.
suspect.
Mm.
The guy with his collar up and no
It's
tie.
Casual Friday. Hey, it couldn't be me.
It's casual arson Friday.
I like that you guys would get into kind of zany kind of shenanigans, while ours was like, oh, we had a school shooter the other day.
Well, if you outlaw guns, you just have to light your tie on the phone.
Yeah, you got to work with what you got at that point. You got to make improv explosive devices.
Is arson really a bigger thing in Ireland because you don't have as many guns? They're like, well, I guess we can just light something on fire and throw it out.
I don't know if it's a bigger thing. I do get the concept of filling that destructive void.
Yeah.
A lot more dodgy snowballs.
I, as a Floridian who's never seen snow, I did not know about the rock and the snowball at all.
Asshole move.
And I want to do it now.
See, you're the weird kid. You're
Yeah.
the one that's like, oh, I
Let's have,
want to see how it throws. Want to see if
does the snow stay together, or is like as it's
Yes.
traveling towards you, you suddenly see rock?
If
Yeah,
you
it-
make it properly,
It does
yes.
stay together and coat the
Coats the whole thing.
coat the whole thing.
Or if you're kind of a lesser monster, you can do like the tight pack and make an ice ball inside of the snowball.
Yeah.
So then at least it's not a full-fledged rock,
Yeah.
but it still hurts. You get one in the ear.
Oh, that stings.
Oh boy.
That sounds like a good way to get your aggression out, and that reminds me of not a festival, but this thing I saw the other day.
Real world.
In Detroit, or Detroit,
They
they
live there.
they live there. Hey, it's the murder capital of America, and people live there. And they're like, yep, and they know it. It's not like they don't know. They're not like, wait, we're what?
No.
So I was watching this interview with these like dudes that are like actively in gangs, right?
And they were there going, we're number one.
Yeah. And they tried to start an initiative to have less gang violence, and to do so, they started a giant paintball fight, like a citywide paintball fight.
Okay.
24 dead.
Well, I guess in Detroit, like it's bad. So like you'll have like a block, and that's your crew's like block, just this one square, and then you go one street over,
And you're-
fucking dead,
Did you guys
right?
know in paintballing you're not meant to hit people with the butt of the gun?
Just pistol whipping people
Pistol whipping
with
people.
a CO2 canister. Boom.
You're
but
out.
they'll do full drive-bys with paintball guns on like rival gangs' turf, and it's it's like to like
It's okay.
be cool, like they're having more fun as a game. So like
Only blue paintball.
it's sort of has worked, but the police hate it because they're also, while paintballing these other gangster people, they're also, you know, shooting random houses, and like these kids will be playing, and they're driving by it, and when you watch the video, he's in the sunroof of an Escalade, just open firing on like the family and children, like this way going by, and they're like, it stops them from actually shooting us though.
And the cops are like, wait, we can't shoot them for nothing.
Oh no, the cops are literally like, a paintball looks like a real weapon, so
No,
we
it does not.
might accidentally shoot you if you have that.
Every real gun has a gravity feed hopper and a 1.5 foot long CO2 like.
I can see the argument though, because if you're at night, you're not looking real fast, you just see a weapon.
Right.
You're not gonna think paintball gun right off the bat. And if I was a criminal, I would make a gun that looks like a paintball gun.
What are you chucking?
If I really wanted to,
yeah,
if I really
that's
wanted to
true.
kill somebody, I just glue a hopper onto an AR-15, you know, and I'm like, oh, he's got a paintball gun. Yeah, I do.
Yo, DeMarcus, what are you in here for? Eggs.
I TP'd a house and then lit it on fire. In Ireland.
Paintball in the first place, like, what is it about humanity where that needs to be a thing at all? We're gonna fake war, and we're really gonna hurt each other, because paintball's hurt like a MF.
I'm gonna say a world where Squid Game exists.
Another festival that is sort of similar to that is called Takanaku in Peru, and it is a whole town festival where they dance and then beat the shit out of each other.
That's a mosh pit.
No,
that's
not the whole town, like the whole entire town, and then surrounding towns come together to beat the shit out of each other. And it's like a blood sacrifice.
What?
Like people die.
People die.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's like yearly. I don't know with COVID if it
Who's it
happens.
organized by? Your man Travis Scott?
Come towards the front. But like
Travis Scott Fest.
and it's supposed to just be like you bury the hatchet with, like you hate somebody and you're like, all right, we're gonna fight on Takanaku and then we're gonna be boys.
Right.
But you kick the ever living dog shit out of the other person. They like wrap up, like, but it's like not boxing wrap up. It's like Peruvian, like, you know, llama wool punching bags.
What?
It's nuts.
Yeah, this is real, and it happens on Christmas.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So, you know, the day of
Get
Jesus'
together.
birth, you get together and you
get
just
sweet and you kick the ever living crap out of it.
What you get for Christmas? Hospitalized.
Black eye.
I didn't realize people in the Andes had this much rage in them.
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they though? They're all hopped up on coca leaves.
How
It's
many-
hard to breathe
wait,
up there.
Hold on. How many non-aggressive people have you met all hopped up on coke?
Yo, I will say.
Definitely the most calm group is people on cocaine.
I will say, and before I tell this story, it's not true.
Allegedly.
My mother brought sweets back from Peru. I was like giving them out to kids and shit.
And she beat the shit out of a woman on Christmas to get them. Yeah, Takanaku, bitch!
That's honestly like not as bad as her giving children cocaine. So,
I think before.
so let's go with that.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
so, how much? How pepped up were these children?
Well, I tell you, we closed the door afterwards. We turned a blind eye. My mother's a dealer.
Now the way
I was wondering why these candies were so expensive.
She did not realize at all, and then she was like, "Uh-oh, okay,
Well,
uh-oh, better finish them now."
let's get out of here before the birds come.
Now, the way, Charlie, you kind of explained it, you made it sound like a no-holds-barred, everybody runs in all at once. It's great. But it is refereed. And it's like two people sort of fight at the same time, while Peruvians wear the most crocheted gangster masks I've ever seen.
Dude, they're like
What?
helmets made out of crochet.
Yeah.
It's
It'd be like if your
grandma knitted an armor for
Yes!
you.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
it's hilarious.
Oh, that's.
Oh, but then it eventually does turn into sort of a free-for-all.
Kick
And
shit out of anybody, and yeah.
I like that they have matching crochet masks though, because
You got your team. You got your gang.
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So is it one old Peruvian Mima knitting all the? She's like, this gang's gonna look fire. It's so good.
These gangs are going to be the top.
I've seen Rita's crochet masks of death, and they're not as good as mine.
Mine way thicker.
Yeah.
And these
But like,
followers were that, though.
it's not. This isn't even like an adult event.
No.
The video I'm watching,
Everybody.
courtesy of
Everybody.
Vice, children.
Yeah,
Like,
everybody.
like
If
little,
you-
picture a little kid now, age him 2 years younger, and that is a child that's fighting.
younger than you expect. Yeah, it's
Listen.
anybody with a beef. It's like,
Gotta
hey,
settle these schoolyard beefs right here.
You tagged me too hard. So I
No.
beat the shit out of you.
Okay, here's what I know about Peru and the Andes. They're a shorter people.
They are small people.
Okay.
So can you go as a super tall person?
You just go in there 3 months before and you start some shit.
You
and
start a
say,
beep beep.
I'm gonna
Like,
be back on
I'll see you on Christmas month.
My only beef with that 87-year-old man.
You're just yeah,
You're going down, sir.
You're just being-
Abuelo.
you're just being a dick at Machu Picchu until somebody like challenges you.
You're stealing chinchillas.
Peruvian Fight Club sounds like the greatest knockoff movie.
But
Though.
they talk about it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know is are there gender restrictions?
I don't know.
In
Are
this
there?
video, no women are fighting. So
But there are women that do.
I mean,
fight.
it would make sense if you're gonna allow actual children to fight.
Yeah.
You
why
should.
not?
I mean, let the ladies fight. It'll
Yeah.
it'll be like less interesting, but it.
But I'm assuming a man can't beat the shit out of a woman.
Yeah, that was just like, oh well, I'll more domestic violence here.
they
Jeez.
include it one year. This festival
Yeah.
got dark. I tell you.
You know, the odds were real low.
Wow, that is that's pretty crazy. Can
And
you
they
top this
die.
festival where
I
wait
know.
people die
Yeah, people.
and
will
they're
die.
like that's like legit.
Yes, there have been deaths due to this, and they.
Do you go to
usually-
jail if you kill somebody on
No.
Christmas in Tapanagu?
No, and they call it. Like if somebody dies, they're
Mm.
like, all right, game off, and they call the whole thing.
Their armor is literally crocheted as well. They have like leg and arm armor,
Yeah.
and it's also crocheted.
It's like alpaca fur or llama fur. It's just sewn together.
Wow.
It's interesting. Sorry you can't see it.
I know. I did set up the TV.
okay.
I just want to watch this for the rest of the podcast.
But they are beating the crap out of each other.
Ah.
It's not like, oh, a couple ha ha ha. No, it's like just straight up hockey fight.
Gladiator.
Yeah, hockey fight
No.
with no ref to pull them apart.
Are you not entertained?
Well, it's like
I hear your booze.
we don't. Yeah, I guess we don't have anything like this where a whole village comes to
Not
beat
full
another
fledged.
village.
No.
No. It'd be like if Altamont Springs hated Castleberry, and they're like, "Oh, meet you on the streets in front of the Best Buy." But and the closest thing we have is
Publix, 9 o'clock.
not. I was gonna say the closest thing we have is mosh pit, but a mosh pit isn't even like
Controlled,
really
it
violent.
stops.
Yeah, it stops. It goes.
And there's like rules. If you've ever been in a mosh pit, it's like if
Yeah.
somebody goes down, you pick them up.
Yeah.
You pick them up.
Yeah, we don't really have this.
No, we do not have citywide ass beatings.
I would say most of civilization doesn't have this.
I mean, I guess Detroit has paintball fights from.
Well, they got the
When
Great
you record
Detroit.
it.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not wearing crochet by any means. They're still wearing bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one guy's like, "Oh yeah, I got a bulletproof vest just in case somebody brings a real gun."
They
It's
know,
like,
they know there's a U out there that's like, I'll just make an
Yeah.
AR-15.
so I don't live in
Look
Detroit.
like-
The closest I've ever seen to this is just like a water balloon fight.
Yeah, sure.
We had to stop
And
those,
then-
kept putting stones in the
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad phrase. Like it was more brutal than an Irish water balloon fight.
Gave her the old Irish water balloon.
Made her wet. All right.
Frozen. Oh, man. Getting hit with a frozen water balloon, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would hurt
Oh,
so bad.
yeah, that's a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just pelting ice at people. It's not good. All
a
right.
baseball of ice, just with a rock in the middle.
All right.
With a rock in the middle for effect.
I don't know why that's not a festival here. We need to start
What,
that.
national ass beating thing?
The great snowball rock fight. Everybody gets you got a pile of snowballs. but one has a rock in it.
Yeah.
And
All right.
someone's
Yes.
gonna die.
All right. Who are you fighting first? I'm saying Daytona.
Well, we'd have to.
No,
travel
Daytona would
more.
fight dirty.
Yeah.
No, we
They put like needles and shit in it.
it's just dirty snow.
I'm going to be able to take him out. And he pulls his own teeth out and puts it in. So,
Why did you air spray all your snowballs?
How'd the fight go, Sean? I have hepatitis.
I
guess
guess
he took on people from Ireland. They would light them on fire. Put a rocket.
it's just a rock that's on fire. There technically
How
was
do you
snow.
light snow
Yeah.
on fire? I am impressed. Like, wow, you guys are.
Didn't even
innovative.
melt.
Did you guys have that growing up? Like, were you like this town over here though?
Yeah.
Like, or a high school or like.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the high school.
Who was
rival.
your rival, Sean? Who was the bad person for your?
Oh, so we had rivals on all sides because of football. So probably Mostram, Balnalee, and
Yeah.
Drumlish,
Drumlish?
and Mullinyochta. We didn't like them either.
What
Those are
was
so
about
much
it?
more
They did-
fun than American towns.
Balnalee we didn't take seriously. They were always shy at everything.
Would you get into actual altercations with these other townsfolk?
Oh, we'd fight them on football fields, yeah.
Oh, really?
Or nights out, sometimes you'd end up like a bunch of their lads and your lads are getting a scrap.
Wow.
Over a bag of chips.
Wait,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been the lesser version of the rival. You know, like because ours was always like, oh, we're from Apopka, right? PK, which actually sucks in real life. It's not good. It's not good. And our thing was always like we would have the Lake Brantley people because they were close enough, you know, and they were like the rich kids, and they always thought they were better than us. Well, it turns out they were better than us. They were like by a lot. Like so, they get to win all the time. Now we're better in things like football and things that didn't matter, but when it came to like life,
30,000
yeah.
in high school. It's like, oh, we have 12,000 people to pick from. We're gonna have a pretty solid line.
yeah. Who was your rival?
We were bad. Like we didn't really have rivals.
Our biggest rivals were ourselves,
Yeah.
honestly.
We didn't have inner turmoil.
Yeah.
That was really what's
That
terrible.
was our team name.
Yeah, we were the Fighting Quakers. How fucking badass can we be? We're pacifists.
The Fighting Quakers. We were the Ironists.
Yeah. Our mascot was just an inner monologue.
Yeah, we're gonna beat your ass with irony. But yeah,
Our mascot was a cereal box.
no, we actually just used the Notre Dame Irishman, and we
Yeah.
just made it red and put a buckle instead of the four-leaf clover.
Oh.
And the way that my the athletic director, he always used to say, well, our school was a school before they were a school, so copyright doesn't matter.
That's not how copyright works.
Not at all.
Not at
But
all.
He didn't care.
The guy who came up with Facebook is younger than me, so that's my intention. Give me Facebook.
Give me Facebook. That's meta, man. That's meta.
All right, what other festival do you got on the docket?
So this one was.
Right, so we got the tomatoes, the shit kicking.
We got Tomato Festival, Cocaine
I
Festival,
like how
and
you said tomato. The Tug Fest.
Yeah.
hell yeah! What's up?
I believe we talked about this in the Guinness Book of Records. episode.
42 miles an hour.
That's a fastball.
That thing broke a speed limit in school. Now it is a tug of war
Okay,
between
that's less jizzy than I was expecting.
what do you think?
Most things are.
What do you think Tugfest is a tug of war between?
2 tugboats.
No, it's 2 states, Iowa and Illinois, across the Mississippi River.
No way.
Oh, so one team gets pulled into
Yes.
the mighty
Oh,
Mississippi?
That's like a less consequential version of the Squid Game. thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's less murder.
I think
Yeah.
I think tug of war contests are gonna get upped a little bit thanks to
Oh,
Squid Games.
and they're definitely going to have to like maintain a padded area under any gap that can be used as a tug of war thing for children, like on playgrounds and stuff. Oh,
So do people drown? The 33 years that Tugfest has been going on. Yeah, they take the big old
still
tugboat.
haven't finished.
Tugfest. Yeah, they still haven't finished.
Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Man,
Need to drink more Gatorade before this.
they are raw.
So did I.
So it's the states against the other state,
Yes.
and
Across the Mississippi.
wow, that's a stupid. This is
I'm surprised it's Illinois. That seems like more of a Iowa and Nebraska move.
Well, they don't touch, do they?
No, they do.
They do.
yeah, but is there a river in between?
Yes.
Because I think that's the thing. So
that's the problem.
this is for Illinois, which has the second largest city in America, which is Chicago. This is small town AF, and they do a parade.
Well, there's a lot of Illinois that is Bumble, you know.
I think that what I've
No,
learned
nowhere.
what I've learned about living in America is there's a lot of most states that is nothing.
Yes, tons.
You know?
There's like several cities that you know
Yeah.
of,
Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
there's Yeehaw Junction.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that okay.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting things I saw recently was there's a teacher shortage.
okay.
Okay, I mean there's an everything kind of employee shortage, but specifically there's a teacher shortage because mainly because there's all these credentials that you have to have, these background checks that you got to do. People don't want to do these little.
And you pay nothing.
People don't want to
You
work
get
with.
shitty
They,
pay.
Yeah, you
and
get-
they have to get a master's degree to get paid $15 an hour
Yeah. So what they've done is
with 5 years of experience.
they've started outsourcing teachers. So what they're
Hello, welcome to class.
yeah no
Yo, we started doing that in Ireland with priests. Every priest is now hello and welcome to the
Is your desktop plugged in? Can you
Zacchaeus.
hear me?
Zacchaeus was a good man. And then Lazarus rose from the dead.
4 plus 4.
wait, I didn't know about the wait. Why did they have to outsource priests?
Just not a lot of
Something happened.
Not a lot of
They
people.
lit him on fire. They lit him on fire.
Because something happened. Yeah, there was a scandal.
Yeah. Oh, that never happens in the church.
The old priesthood snowball incident.
He put a rock in the cross. Hit him square in the head.
Yeah. It's hard to be a priest in the winter in Ireland. It's,
The old 1989 paper airplane scandal.
During the start of the troubles. With a flaming paper airplane.
The Cranberries have a song about it.
I hope there's a minor league baseball team in Ireland called the Flaming Paper Airplane.
It's hurling. It's hurling.
Yeah.
They lost the championship to the dodgy snowballs.
There was a major scandal about rocks.
No, but so if you go,
Yeah, it rocked the community. But right before that team was on fire. Let me tell you. They
Yeah.
were-
yeah.
Blowing up.
But so but the point is so around the world, people just view America when they think America, they think Los Angeles, New York. That's it, and they think all of America
Washington D.C. maybe
is that. But America
a lot of nowhere.
is just a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
So, it was this interview of this lady who's from the Philippines, and she was so excited to be picked for being a teacher, and she's going, "I'm coming to America. It's gonna be awesome."
Where'd she go?
Like middle of nowhere, Colorado.
Oh no, they shoot there. That's like one of the worst for the school shootings.
Yes, it is.
Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And she's the only, she's the only Asian person.
So day one, she's walking through a metal detector.
Yeah. And then she's tiny, so people thought like she was a student, other than the fact that she's Asian, and there's
Talking
no
Peruvian tiny.
there's no Asian parents.
Got
So
a crocheted body armor.
yeah.
Protects her from school shooting.
And I think she's teaching like middle school, and every kid is like way larger than her. Like it's so yeah.
It's always a tough
But
one.
she's like, I thought America was like New York, and there's just nothing here. She's like, there's one restaurant,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It-
And I can't. and she was upset because she couldn't get any of the food she's used to eating. It's all just like fat Midwestern
Yeah.
food, and not fun.
He's like, how am I the smallest one here when they all smoke cigarettes?
We're trying to get back. Like there are so many areas of America that you just drive on a highway past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just middle of nowhere, and then there's like a a gas station or two with a Subway inside of it,
A Subway inside of it, and
And-
whatever the local gas station is,
Yeah.
a Chevron or
and the bar
Lowe's.
that's attached
yeah.
to the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nowhere.
You ever had a pint at a Subway? I've had a Corona at a Chipotle. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It's a sad Corona at Chipotle
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, no, that's a bad decision on top of a bad decision.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what that is.
Because then you got diarrhea and you have to drive 70 miles to get the next one.
Right? Just pissing and shit.
Yeah, that's all the drive across America is. Piss and shit.
Yeah, when you eat Chipotle, breaking the seals when you take a shit.
I had one that you know about. The plowing championships.
Oh yes, the plowing.
Why are all your weird festivals slightly sexual sounding?
Maybe it was on my mind. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to Tugfest, then we're doing the plowing championship, and then we're just going to the anal rape off.
It's not a festival.
Well, it is. It's a confetti-based festival. What did you think it was?
It's the largest hot air balloon.
Yeah.
There's so many rocks in the
It's
middle of
named after J. Edgar Anal Rapoff. He's a Russian.
He innovated hot air ballooning.
Professor Anal Rip-Off.
Dr. Anal Rapoff.
Yeah, hold on. He didn't go in 4 years of medical school to be called Mr. Anal Rapoff.
Dr. Anal Rapoff. Yes, but the Americans just come out and pronounce it. It's Dr. Anal Rapoff.
He was the one.
You all said Anal Rapoff. It's terrible.
He was the one in charge of switching out the piss.
The KGB piss switcher. I don't even know if that episode's out.
I have no idea what episodes are out at this point. I like lost some. It's fine. So what's your festival?
The plowing
The
champ.
plowing champ. Yeah, but what is it?
Basically, people plow fields competitively.
And what I was wondering is how do they score this? Is it just like the straightness, the quickness, the depth, the what?
Probably. Here's my. I've never been to the plowing championships. Most of my friends have.
Okay.
Most of the people I know have.
Why?
Sorry.
Here's what I. All I know about the plowing championships is that's where people used to go to buy illegal fireworks.
So they can use them in school. Unknowing teachers.
Yeah, you gotta have. You
Who would
gotta.
have known that fireworks illegal in Ireland? Wonder why? Bunch of arsonists.
You can take our guns, but you'll never take our fireworks.
Oh my god! Do you know what that just reminded me of?
Braveheart.
Which-
That was what the reference was.
I meant what you said right before that, but yes, I'm familiar. William Wallace. In just recently, like a week ago, Ryan, you should try and find this. There was a video that went viral at a soccer game in Ireland where they set off a bunch of fireworks
That sounds like just sucks.
in the stadium, and the game was postponed because I think a player got like hit with a firework.
I've never understood at soccer matches when somebody lights a flare, having held a flare,
Yeah,
it sucks.
yeah.
It's like the gases are noxious.
Oh yeah.
The heat is immense.
Yeah.
And you're not, from looking at the crowds, they're not far away from each other.
No,
So you're just
no.
like, okay, and it's way longer than you expect.
Yeah, yeah. By
It's
the way,
like, it's not like, oh, it's a minute and a half. It's not like a Spartan. It's
No.
like 10 minutes of just,
yeah.
okay.
That's why some people throw them after a while. They're like, I gotta get this thing away from
I'm
me.
tired of this. My eyes hurt.
Yeah.
The wind needs to go that way.
By the way, there's one part of this story that I'm not thrilled about because I don't like how it reflects on our country. But one of the teams is called Shamrock Rovers. Did you happen to find that?
I did find it. I can't find the video of him being hit by the firework, but yeah, there's
just
photos of it.
explosions.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 4 days ago.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's when this video's from.
And to be fair, not that it's an excuse, but they did just win the title.
All right.
they were-
Wait. But how was it postponed if they had already won?
No, they do other results, whatever. So
Oh.
in the middle of the game, they.
That's so weird.
Yeah, well,
That
it's
you
the-
can
it's-
win by not finishing.
It's the flying paper airplane rule, and they have it.
It's like airbag.
Well,
Yeah.
There was no rule against it.
There's no rule against it. You're definitely allowed to do it.
It was one of those where the team in second lost before them, so statistically they couldn't catch them in the race. To win
Did they
the title.
have
Oh.
like a
They do
separate tournament that is like you win and you go forward?
No, it's
Or
a
not?
it's a league, and whoever finished top of the league, like the Premier League. You know?
But there's no like Super Bowl. There's no like championships.
no, there's also the cup. There's like a league format. And
Which one matters more?
I would say the league, but because the league over the course of 38 games, you've proven to be the best side, whereas the cup is knockout format.
But that's the whole thing. Like I guess that's just American sports where we're like, yeah, we want to see who can
No,
win
it's-
several games in a
It's the
row.
same thing. American, you just do both in the one.
Here,
It's like if instead of the playoffs in football, if the playoffs were a separate competition.
okay,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So
like
there's like who
like
finishes
the
top.
end of the NFL would
Yeah.
be whoever was winning, or whoever had the best record would
Yeah.
be the NFL champion.
Champions, yeah.
And then it would be the Super Bowl champion thereafter.
Right, exactly.
All right. Okay.
That's how they do their voting system too. It's like, you know, if you got enough votes, you don't get enough. If you're out, go to the next one. I don't know anything about it.
We don't vote.
That's the bigger problem. Now, the festival closer to home, right now this weekend, you know what's going on?
What is going on?
You live downtown.
I do.
EDC.
Oh, electronic dance carnival.
No, Daisy Carnival.
Daisy.
Oh,
Electronic Daisy carnival.
Yeah, I think it's electronic.
Electric Daisy.
Electric Daisy. I just did the most old man thing. I corrected your old man thing with my old man thing, and my old man thing was wrong. We were both wrong.
And then the immigrant cleared it up.
Have you been
Thanks for taking
to
care of that, immigrant.
No problem.
Have you been to EDC?
Do an honest day's work. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to. That's what we let you hear. I have never been to Electronic Daisy Carnival.
Electric Daisy Carnival, according to their Wikipedia.
We do research with Wikipedia. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, it's a traveling festival.
Yeah.
I always thought it was just like the one here. I was like, oh, we got a cool festival, but I guess it travels around the world. Like where the biggest part is in Las Vegas. So we have it happens here at a place called Tinker Field, which is a minor league baseball field.
Oh, good, because
I thought it was
you
Camping
can't say
No,
that.
it's at Tinker
You
Field.
can't say that in Ireland.
Tinkerfield?
Yeah,
Is that a sexual thing?
no, Tinker is a slur for
Oh, well, anyway.
for travelers.
Ah,
So that had to be shocking when you come here.
are we okay with that?
Tinker Field. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that where they hold King of the Travelers? That competition where they all fight until one's left standing? Oh, we do have that. Yeah.
Tyson Fury, he's the king
Yeah.
of the gypsies.
Yeah, so
the
that's
gypsy king.
that was when I was growing up. That was a thing they had. They had King of the Travelers, where they would all go and fight in the field, and one of them would be left.
Well, in America, that's just a show on HGTV about an RV couple. It's not-
like, dude, Tyson Fury is absolutely enormous.
Oh, he's
Like,
huge.
he's not like kind of big. He's like 6'7", 6'8",
and yeah.
300. Like
Like he's fighting in the heavyweight at like 290 pounds.
and he's like just enormous, like
Yeah.
just so big.
Have you seen his brother?
No, is he bigger than him?
No. So he has a brother who is like one of the most attractive men on the planet. It's so wild. He did one of those like celebrity dating shows, you know,
Okay.
like Celebrity Island or something
Okay.
it's called. And now he's gonna box. He's had a couple of fights. He's gonna box Jake Paul next. Yeah.
You know,
Wow, I mean, I guess if your brother looks that good,
Is he a handsome man?
he's a handsome man, and he's you gotta be mad, so you gotta fight people because of that. And like, that son of a bitch, steal on my lady.
Yeah.
Because Tyson Fury, not classically handsome.
no,
No.
but he's rugged.
Yeah.
He's not a bad looking dude.
He's like best case scenario for Shrek.
He also gets tall guy pussy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Whereas like, oh, you're 6'7", there must be something in there.
Yeah.
Tall guy, tall guy pussy is not a thing.
Oh yeah.
What is? It's not working for me. I'll tell you that. Talk to me in high school. It was not
In high
good.
school- in college though.
In college,
See, he's stammering, so he
I
knows it's real.
had a girlfriend in college though, like, and we were fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, consensual adult sex.
Yeah, we were fucking. I'm talking once, twice.
Wasn't old
Yeah.
Takanaku in there.
I'm talking missionary. I'm talking
No talking.
missionary.
Lights on.
Honestly,
They called
yeah.
me the tugboat.
Oh my god. My college girlfriend was the worst of all the girlfriends. She's a very nice person, but it was lights on and don't talk during Grey's Anatomy. That's all I remember about that relationship.
Ah.
Yeah. And so to this day,
Were you watching
I've never
Grey's
seen.
Anatomy while you're?
I was trying to get
Great
down.
show.
I was trying to get down. I'm sorry, the Grey's Anatomy comes on at night. It's nighttime. That's when they get down.
So you would just have sex with her while she was watching Grey's Anatomy?
No, I would try. You know, like I'd be like, hey, girl, let me get some of that anatomy. And she'd be like, and she literally would be like, shut up.
You're like, hey,
I want
is this,
Jen's anatomy.
Yeah.
Is this colonoscopy getting you in the mood? I love the idea that that's what they do in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, it was only butt stuff. Yeah,
This is the whole thing. It's them preparing someone. I'm drinking this juice, so I shit everywhere. Ugh.
That's
Yeah.
so
Bright
funny.
yellow.
we were gonna call the show originally Brown Colon, but it did not track well with
It's like 24. It's like real time. There's 2 weeks of the show. It's just like, I want to use count backwards from 10. 9.
Code red. We gotta check if cancer runs in this guy's family.
I've never been able to do medical dramas at all, to be honest with you. Like I don't understand the appeal of medical dramas.
I like House because he's funny. Like I like how Hugh Laurie is the man.
See, that's the problem. Is we need a funny head of our medical thing right now.
Scrubs. That was
We need to get
Scrubs was good.
we need to get Zach Braff to be head of the CDC, and maybe people will like believe it more. Like we don't have a snarky enough person in charge.
Witty lines
Right.
about COVID.
Oh, I'm just gonna listen to this nerd just read medical journals. Get out
Oh,
of here.
didn't Fauci get in a bit of trouble recently?
I hope it was for fucking.
Nah,
No.
somehow much worse.
Yeah, yeah.
It was.
It wasn't a pumpkin chunkin', which is another festival I'm going to talk about.
I think it was. Maybe we should just move on to the next festival.
Let's move on.
Rather
Yeah.
than bring it
Yeah.
up.
So pumpkin.
Let's go full political at the end of every podcast. I like that. Yeah. All right. What? Okay. Pumpkin Chunkin'
Yes.
Festival. Festival for big girls. How far can you launch one? You build a trebuchet, and then Karen gets it.
And then you put a rock in the carrot and you
And
throw
she
it.
swallows a stone.
Y'all ever seen a pumpkin on fire?
Oh, arsonist. No, so it's launching pumpkins in
Mm-hmm.
Delaware.
On like a catapult?
So they have separate categories. They have
Okay.
like trebuchets, centrifugals, and then air powered.
Right.
Right.
I know those last two words.
Yeah. So
That's one word.
air powered. There's hyphen in it.
Everything else sounds like centrifugating. What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
So
First of all, trebuchet is not a catapult.
it is not a catapult. So they're separate. There's trebuchets and catapults.
Some nerd will yell at you if you call a trebuchet a
Yeah, it's
catapult.
something about a fulcrum
What was,
somewhere.
what
Yeah.
was the second one?
Centrifugal force.
Centrifugal. Okay,
Yeah.
that's hilarious because
So they-
what I did was I knew it began with an S and then said the only long word I could think
And
of,
you got
which was pontificating. So I was like centrifugating. That was what you said, right, Charlie?
Absolutely.
I know words.
Go with it. Yeah, so with the centrifugals, they spin up and then they'll release it. So like they just launch these. They launch pumpkins.
At the neighboring town?
Yeah, they go far. It's like the farthest one was like over a mile.
Yeah, it's like, screw you, Ashington. Once a year. You just
Does it
literally.
happen on Halloween, coincidentally? Also Christmas.
When there's pumpkin blood.
They're cheaper in Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, no one in America really eats pumpkins except for like pumpkin pie.
Or
Right.
booties.
Oh yeah.
Because I eat that pumpkin booty.
Yeah, that pumpkin.
I remember.
That's what I call it, a humpkin.
I just remember around Halloween we used to have pumpkin soup for weeks.
See, Whereas we just let the shit rot in the front yard.
Yeah, I got 3 pumpkins out there that aren't going to do anything but rot for decoration.
Like when you know you have a bad pumpkin use problem with Facebook, it's like, remember to break them apart so when they rot, the squirrels' heads won't get stuck. We don't know what to do these days.
What?
Yeah.
That's a thing? That's
Yeah.
a squirrel head will get stuck in a pumpkin? That
Animal heads will get stuck in them.
that's just how I catch squirrels.
Pumpkins are like beer holders for
Yeah. Got 6 squirrels in this one pumpkin. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good day.
My squirrel trap.
Wow. All right. Well, you know what? One I don't get though, as far as a festival goes, and it's not like a weird festival, but every year they have down the road over Winter Springs they have the Gaelic Festival,
Okay.
or the Scottish Highland Games, right? The thing with the stone. Now,
Are we kidding? You put a stone inside the put a stone inside of the.
so if the Irish people are hiding a stone in various things, the Scottish are like, here's our fucking stone, pick it up and see how far you can go.
It's stone in the log, right?
Yeah.
Flipping the log.
Like Scottish games are basically like, how far can you throw this random object?
Yeah.
Right? We're
Yeah.
like, all right, we got caber tossing. That's the log one.
Yeah.
Then we got the stone tossing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got curling. That's just pushing a stone as far as you can.
Yeah.
You got golf. That's just hitting a tiny stone as far
Tiny
as you can.
stone. They're all about the same.
And all of them you can do while very drunk.
Yeah.
I went and did the stone thing last Highland Games.
Got stoned in the Highlands.
Well, here's the
You know what I'm saying?
here's the thing. So they
No. Please elaborate, Jerry.
no, I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean?
You got you like threw a stone at the Highland Games.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Bro.
You know
What is that? What is that? You're trying to whistle?
No, I was holding a
Are you
monocle.
sucking a tiny straw?
Are you having an invisible margarita?
Oh, it's so cold. It's cold. It's cold.
So they have
You know what
3
I'm saying?
stones of various weights, right? All of them are heavy, but there is like a baby stone, a mama stone and a pop stone.
Did they give it like a you're a bitch if you throw this stone name? Like
This isn't the throwing. What I'm talking about is you just pick it up and you carry it in a circle. Like there's a field they have like laid out, and you try to go around the entire square of the field.
okay.
And they pick the most ridiculous looking stones because it's not supposed to be like easy
Yeah,
to
it's
carry.
Okay, this sounds real dumb. They're like, I'll call them out. Hey, you know what's a fun idea for a game? Manual labor, where you don't accomplish anything at the end.
That ends
Yeah,
when
it doesn't.
you start
It doesn't do anything, and then the next person goes, and they just pick up where the guy like left off, and then some nerd follows them behind them.
Relay?
Not a relay, like there's some Scottish nerds behind you with like a measuring device, and he's measuring how far you go. But at this, so I picked up the baby one. I didn't get very far, and I was like done. I probably could have kept going, but I was like, this seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I could have gone way
could've
further.
No, the baby one's not heavy. It's heavy, but it's not it's not cumbersome.
So
The next 2 are ridiculously heavy.
were you at that point of like I could do this for a while? I don't really want to walk anymore. Like just.
I just wanted to see if I could lift it and take like 4 steps.
Right.
Okay.
So I
Did you
lift.
do the biggest one?
No, but I did watch people try, and I saw a lot of blown out anuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watching that, like all you're doing is watching people give themselves hernias,
Shit, they're kilts.
and then when you watch,
That's why the Scottish don't wear underwear.
yeah,
They just blow their asshole out and it's fine.
but you'd watch people, and then the most hurt I've ever seen somebody get was dude drunk. He's drunk, but he's big, and he goes to pick up the stone. He's picking it up, and he's going, and people are like, yeah, and he's going, and he's wobbling. Suddenly, his knees and legs go baby giraffe, and he falls with the stone on top of him, and then the stone then rolls across his face.
Oh my goodness.
And he was
Ryan, you only see people injured.
I mean, the guy that died of splinters from a stop sign was pretty bad too.
Oh, I forgot I told that story.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Now, was his face bad?
Oh, he was messed up. But he was messed up by a non-moving object that he decided to pick up and do and move while drinking. Like people were like, "Oh my god!" People were like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "You did that to yourself."
That's what happens.
Yeah, that stone wasn't chasing you down. It wasn't stalking you through the woods.
That
No,
stone wasn't firing paintballs at you.
no.
Throwing tiny versions of itself within Snowball.
So festivals can get weird. It's all these
That
festivals.
stone didn't light a smaller version of itself on fire.
Stone took off his own tie.
Yeah. It launches itself on fire, and that's
Ever seen
where,
a stone throw a paper airplane?
that's actually where the
From a
name
catapult, not a goddamn trebuchet.
that's where the name Stone Temple Pilots come from. Was the first time that happened.
Stone pumpkin fire.
That's the cover band. Oh man, if you want to have a paintball fight in Detroit, go for it.
Do you, baby?
Yeah, do you. But if you want to sponsor a great podcast, go ahead and do that by going to patreon.com/ well, I think you got to still search for it.
/m/Legends pregame.
If you type in Patreon Legends of Pregame into Google, it will show up.
Yeah, it will. So do that.
Or if you want to hit us up, you can have your company advertised on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I will wear your shirt of your business like I'm doing right now. I'm wearing
Fire inside.
Fire Inside, which is a band here in Orlando, and I wear their shirt because they gave me it for free.
Well, I mean, we should pay more than giving a shirt for free.
I'm just using it as an example.
Sure,
I was already
sure.
wearing
I'll tell
the
you
shirt.
what, in that case, Sandy Springs Brewing in Minerva, Ohio owes me a lot of money.
All right.
Because I wear that shirt most weeks. That's more of a...
I've got yeah.
You got a seahorse.
Seahorse, bro.
Man.
I'm an adult. Fuck you.
Well, thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button on this video if you're watching on YouTube. All that fun stuff that the YouTubers say. And anything else?
Join the group and
Yeah, get us on YouTube.
yes.
We're so close to hitting 1,000 so we can live stream.
No, we can live stream now. It turns out we just had the email wrong.
Oh, what?
We're live streaming on YouTube right
Oh,
now.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
so we're good. We're good to go. So this episode's up on YouTube, and we'll see y'all next time.
Good luck.
Bye.